everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing a Traci Reed Design Team blog hop for her new release called Felicity. So I have printed what I think I want to use already. So I just printed out a few of the 3x4 cards. So you already can see the color palette with this coral, this mint, a little bit of a hunter green, and like a nice like navy or just a true blue color for it. And I just love these little rainbows and stuff. So I printed these because I just needed to show a variety of the patterns. But then I also printed this like kind of like a mixed media moment bigger. These are on her traveler's notebook signatures, so I blew them up a little bit. And I thought I was going to work in a traveler's notebook. This is like a layout I just did. So I made it big enough where I could cut it out to be a TN, Life Crafted album. But I'm thinking I want to go a little bit bigger and make it like an 8x10. So that's why I have this piece of paper here. So I think I'm going to like cut them and adhere them so that they're there. So I have the mixed media background. And I just have this photo. It's an older photo of my Valentina. I used to do these fun photos of her coming out of like my coffee mug. So that's like a Ray Dunn one. She must have been, I don't know, 4 or 5 months there. But it came up on like my Facebook memories and I saved it again, and hence I just wanted to scrap it. So that is step one. So then with the pattern papers, I am wanting to use my border punch and do a bunch of these strips. So hopefully per card I can get like 3 strips or so. Actually, maybe more. And what I'm trying to do is like a layer. It was inspiration from someone that did it. A layered cluster of all the patterns in a circular motion with the edge. So, you'll cut them into like 2-inch strips, and that way we can go all the way around the edge with them. I did cut out all of the stickers. So there's 3 sheets of stickers. So I already took the time to cut them out. And so they're all here ready to go. There's little definitions, hearts, rainbows, little circle ones, and then tons of little tiny word stickers too. So we'll see what embellishments we'll use. And then I have this chipboard stickers from Elle Studio. I think I'm going to use the So Happy. It's like a similar tone there, just because I'm not sure if I had a title going on yet. So I do want to use maybe this So Happy with that. That way I can also like have the individual letters and maybe do a circle in an arch around it. So I might have not explained this well on what I'm doing, but let's get started. Okay, my scrappy friends, so let's get started. So I will first attempt is to make my background paper for that bigger 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So I'm just taking both of the Traveler's Notebook ones, and serendipity realizing that they both kind of go together because of these paint marks, that green minty color. I kind of realized, I'm like, oh, they kind of line up. So let's just line those up. I think that's how she designed it, but I guess didn't see it initially. It worked out. And so here I am with these border punches. This is an old one from Martha Stewart. I wish back in the day I collected more of these because I do tend to reach for it a lot, and it's my only one I have. I do have one that kind of looks like spiral notebook edging that I rarely use because it was a look I went for a couple layouts back in the day, and now I don't grab that one as much. But this one has a scalloped plus a hole punch. So anyway, as I said, I was making these into strips, as you can see on the right-hand side as I punched them out, because it's a little off camera. I do apologize about that, not realizing where I was punching it. But to be honest, this hole punch, this border punch, makes a huge mess. So all those little dots, as you can see right next to the cutting board, it's just like confetti all over the desk in front of me and on my lap. And it's actually currently, as I'm doing this voiceover, all over the floor still. So it's a messy process. So I take the strips and I get 3 like little, maybe 1.5 inch pieces of this border, because I did it that small in order to get it to very much become like a circle around this photo. If I left them bigger, it would be very angular, almost like a hexagon or an octagon around it. And I wanted to really create a circle with that photo as the center portion. And so as I'm putting them around here right now, I'm just, auditioning it out, and I'm doing it very randomly. And what I realized really quickly is that I don't want the coral and the green next to each other. So I'd rather have like 1 band of coral, 1 band of green, and then 1 band of the blue. And so I have them in different piles, as you can see, because the green is right there on the bottom left-hand side.
I do apologize. I'm usually very aware of where my camera lays and I work appropriately. And I do have a little bit of it cut off out towards the bottom. But all that you are missing in the shot is the pile of the pink, the orange, not the orangey, the corally colored pieces, and then the blue is next to it. So I do this layer that is all mostly the coral. Then I go in with the mint green and then the blue. And then I do one more coral, and then I do believe the outer layer is kind of random because I started running out of paper pieces, which was inevitable to happen as well. So from this, I hope you take the idea of cutting. I rarely cut my photos into circles, and it's a nice softer effect. You know, you don't have the edges of a square or a rectangle photo on your page. And then the dimension of this too, because I start to ruffle up the edges. So if you like creating dimension without, once again, because it's the digital product we're working with, creating this kind of pattern where you can lift up the edges does create that texture on your layout, especially in my case when it's a digital product and you using it in a physical way. What I also love about this is that obviously most collections always have a color theme that works together, but this one really does softly work together. The coral, mint, and a navy, it's like chef's kiss for it, and the effect is just simply gorgeous. So even if you have a border punch, or maybe even do it with like a fraying scissors, fringe scissors, you could probably get the same look. So give it a try. I definitely encourage you because I love the final result. And actually, once I finish this up off screen, I do my journaling to kind of hug the bottom left corner of my layout, which you'll see on the outro. I do put my photo on fun foam, and I'm running low on that. I have to pick some up from Walmart. And then I do love having the individual letters of So Happy from that L Studio thicker pack, simply to get my title in there. It's a little bit of a darker green color, but it truly works. Simply because I think in this collection, the titles I just wasn't working with. I needed something a little bit bolder. So here I am playing with a few stickers, and I select a few, and that will call this a wrap.
Okay, that will wrap up this layout. So off camera, I just did the few little clusters here. I didn't want to do too much over here because it was taking away from it. So I just added a few of the circle ones and then a few of the little embellishments that have word phrases. So it says love this day, the bright side, and so fantastic. You saw me ruffle up the edges as much as I can to get that dimension. And then I just did my journaling in gray ink with one of these jelly rolls. And I did give myself lines and then I erased them. And then the last step I did was just add my own extra splatters. So like this is navy and coral from Heidi's Swap Color Shine. So I added a few more on top of where she had it. So you can see hers and then mine are a little bit more dimensional and sheeny on there. So all of this is added goodness for this layout. Thank you so much for joining. This is a YouTube hop, so I will leave the list of the other ladies down below. So continue on for tons more inspiration using the new Felicity collection from Traci Reed. Until next time, everyone. Bye.